Hey everybody, it's Heather and today is Saturday, April 3rd. So it is the day before Easter. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter everybody. Tomorrow I will be doing some type of egg hunt with my little ones. We haven't dyed eggs yet, so I don't know if I'm going to dye eggs or if I'm going to just use the plastic ones because I have a million of them that I've collected over the years. So we're not sure yet. But I'm sure the Easter Bunny will deliver something for the little ones. Right? Okay. So today I am going to be showing you a few finished objects. It's going to seem like a lot because I haven't filmed an actual official podcast since February. And like I said, it's April 3rd. So it's been a minute. I have filmed a video in between. I think I filmed two. I filmed my Valentine's Day Advent. And then I got my, what I call a whip train was the last video. And I have some things to show you that I have finished that you've seen in my last official podcast. And then I have some things to show you that are completely new to you that are finished. And then I have one work in progress to show you and plans for my next cast on, my next two cast ons technically. Okay, and I have two stash acquisitions to show you. Okay, so let's get this party started. My first finished object today is going to be this is a Felix pullover by, I think, Amy Christopherson, I think is her name. I will leave the link to the pattern and the yarn that I used down below. I used Holst yarn Celio in this. It is an alpaca blend. If you can see, it's very halo-y. It's extremely soft and fluffy. I love this. It is, excuse me, my take on a Felix pullover because I didn't do the same amount of increases. I actually did a pattern of increases. I did 3 3 2 2 3 3 3 2 2 2. Seems weird. I know. I just went with it. But I knit this in less than a week, I think. I knit this at the beginning of March. And I adore it. It is so soft and squishy and so warm. And I knew that I wanted to make a pullover from a Felix pullover because I have a Felix cardigan that I've knit. And I don't wear it. But I have hopes that I will wear this. I love it. It's super soft. And when it gets cold, I'm going to try very hard to wear this because I do really love the fit of it. It fits me very well. I did not do a crop. I did a longer version because, you know, I'm a mom. That's all I can say. I'm going to try it on real quickly just to show you that it does fit me. I love the increases on this. The yarn overs are so pretty. It looks like leaves to me, or arrows. I love it. So get her on. So here we go. I love her. She's so pretty, but it is, you know, warm right now, but I'll try to wear it for a few minutes. So this is my first finished object. I finished it over a month ago. Like I said, I used Holst Garn Celio yarn, which is an alpaca blend, and it is called Elegance Black. It looks kind of like a brown color here, but it's actually like it's a red color that has a black fiber held throughout it. So it was on sale through Holst because when they purchased it, they tried having the red with the black strand, and I think they have a purple that they also did with the black strand, and they wound up not liking it, so they put these on super cheap. These were $3 and something a ball, and I used 6 balls to make this. Like I said, I wanted it oversized, and it's just, oh, I love it. So I will have a link below to the pattern and to the yarn at Holst. Okay, so that is my first finished object. My second finished object is going to be one that I've already started on last Unofficial podcast. It is my February socks for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles being hosted. It's a knit along being hosted by So Sweet Violet and Lay Family Yarns on Instagram and Ravelry, and there's some videos here on YouTube about it. These are called the String of Hearts socks, and they are by Wee Shutter Monkey. I test knit this pattern, and it was my first time doing a beaded pattern altogether, my first sock beads, and I love it. They are so beautiful. I showed you one before that I had done for the test knit, and then I cast on the second one on February 1st and finished it in the month of February. The yarn is by, check my handy dandy notebook. I'll talk about the notebook in a minute, but the yarn is by Forgotten Fibers in the Ruby Red Slippers colorway. And the beads are garnet 6/0 beads, I think, off of Amazon. And it's just beautiful. And this was my February entry into the Rainbow Sock Chronicles knit along. So there's that. The next finished object I'm going to show you is my March socks for the Rainbow Socks Chronicles knit along. That's such a mouthful. This is my March socks, and they are simply beautiful. I love this color so much. As I showed you before, I was having a really hard time narrowing down the orange that I wanted to use because I'm not a huge fan of orange. It's just not a color that calls to me. Well, I was wrong. I love this color. This is a yarn by Pineapple Yarns here in South Carolina. She is a amazing dyer of bright neon colors, and I mean bright. I love her colorways. This is the Pineapple Playa colorway on her gold Stellina sock base, which is called the Golden Eye base, I think. I made up this pattern as I went along. It is a 2x1 ribbed cuff, except for the center of the front and the center of the back. The center of the front has 4 knit stitches, and then it goes 1 purl, and then it goes back to the 2x1. And I kept that stripe all the way down the front of the sock, all the way down till the very end of the sock. So I did a purl, 4 knits, a purl, and then I kept on with the knit stitches all the way around of the foot. Of the back of the sock, of the leg in the heel, which is kind of different, I did 4 purls all the way down to where I picked up my, well, where I started my, what is it, the instep? I don't know. I did that down the entire back of the heel. Here's my slip stitch side, another slip stitch side, and all the way down the back of it is that purl stripe, and it looks so cool on. I mean, really cool. And I did it for both done. I also added 3 red stripes right before the toe, just to give it a little bit of interest, and 3 stripes for my 3 babies. So I love these. They're very beautiful. There is no pattern because I came up with this on my own. You know, I often do that with socks because I don't want my socks to look the same. So I just kind of do different things when I cast on. Like I cast on my same 64 stitches, but I'll do different things with the socks. So it's kind of, I'm calling it my kind of vanilla-ish socks. It's vanilla minus the stripes. And even in, you know, the cuff is different and the heel is different because I have that in there. So I love them. And like I said, this is my March entry into the So Sweet Violet's Rainbow Sock Chronicles knit along. So far I have these: January, February, and March. Beautiful. So as you can see, my rainbow is bright, quite bright. Remember that when I show you my April colorway, which I have not cast on yet. And my socks are being held in my beautiful little box by So Sweet Violet that says the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. Beautiful. Okay, guys. Whew, getting warm in my sweater. Okay, so my next finished object is going to be a shawl that I have finished. Test knit this for Chesapeake, I don't remember. I think it's a Chesapeake needle. Whatever it is, I will link it below. This is the Self-Care Shawl. And it is designed to be used with one skein of worsted weight yarn. Or, you know, if you have a different weighted yarn, you could probably just change the needle size and go from there. I don't know if it's a free pattern. I don't think it is. I think it's a, you know, a very inexpensive pattern, but it's not free. And it is a self-care shawl. She designed this shawl when she was going through some mental health struggles, and you know, this helped her. So this is the shawl. It has tassels on all three edges. And I use Cascade 220's Heather's color and the jade color because my name is Heather and my baby girl's middle name is Jade. I thought that was kind of cool. So I also used I used one brown mini skein that I had in worsted weight that came from a yarn swap partner. And I made 3 stripes, one for each one of my kids as well. The biggest stripe is for my oldest daughter, so it's a bigger stripe. And then the next one is for my middle child, which is my son, and it's a smaller stripe. And then there's a small skinny stripe for my baby girl. So it's big, middle, and littlest for my babies. And I'm about to be sweating. So here's my shawl. I don't know how to wear a shawl, but I am going to wear it something like this, probably. Oh, goodness. I could go skiing now, couldn't I? So that is my next finished object. Like I said, it is called the Self-Care Shawl. I use Cascade 220 Heather's in the jade color and a brown mini skein. And I used the entire green skein, which is not really green. It's green and blue. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like a green with blue heathered throughout of it. And I used it to make the tassels. So I ran out of all of my yarn. And it's beautiful. So there's that. Like I said, I test knit this. It's a super quick knit. I knit it in a couple of days. But it's pretty large because she explained that when you block it, she wanted you to block it heavily. So, you know, it stretches and you can get a bigger shawl out of it. Okay, so I had to take those off. That was hot. Sorry. My next finished object is something that I knit in 3 days. I came up with the idea that 3 days ago that I wanted to make a dress for my baby girl for Easter. Because I didn't buy her one this year. She can still fit the outfit she wore last year and I loved it. So I'm like, I won't buy her one. But I decided at the last minute that I wanted to make her a dress. So I went and I cast on using the Flax sweater because I knew the measurements would fit her. And I was like, I'm going to make a t-shirt dress. You know, a simple t-shirt dress with some ruffles on it. And that's what I did. Here is my baby girl's t-shirt dress. Isn't it cute? Oh, I love it. This is knit using Caron cotton cakes from Michaels. Here is the tag. The main colorway is mauve and the ruffles is heather. I cast on for the size 1 to 2 year old in the Caron cotton cakes, and I cast on for the 1 to 2 year size. I did 1 row front and back of eyelets. A simple, you know, knit together yarn over. Then I knit the length that I wanted, and I did a ruffle in a contrasting color, a complementing color, because it's pretty complementary. And then I picked up the sleeves and I knit a couple rows, and then I knit a ruffle on the sleeve. And it's so cute on her. Oh my God, I love it on her. It's so cute. It will last her for a while because my baby girl is tiny and she's not rapidly growing like my little boy did. And I actually thought that once she gets taller, if the dress still fits her in body, I will go back and add another ruffle down. Like I'll pick up stitches in the eyelets that I put here. In those eyelets, I'll pick up stitches, I'll knit straight, and then when I get to the end, or the end of this ruffle, I'll make another ruffle, which will add it, you know, some length to it. Right now it goes to her knees and then ruffles, which is, it's just so cute, ain't it? I mean, it kind of looks like a little sock or a tube sock right here, but it actually fits her very, very adorably. She's so tiny and precious. So this is what I have left of 2 Caron cakes. This is the main color, the mauve. I balled it up because it was kind of collapsing on itself. This is my mauve, and this is the contrast color, which is Heather. And these originally are, I think, 250 grams. Here we go. They are 250 grams, 530 yards, or 485 meters. So I have a ton left. I actually come up with the idea that I would make her another dress. Like I would make her a t-shirt, then add a belt, kind of knit the t-shirt style, add a belt, and then make a A-line skirt come out from there in the other color. So I would probably use this for the t-shirt, and then I have another color that I could use for the belt, and then I could use this for the skirt. So, and it gets rid of this yarn, you know. This is a 60% cotton, 40% acrylic yarn. I like Caron cotton cakes. They are a Michaels exclusive, and my husband is a upper management in Michaels, so I get a discount there. So I do still use big box yarn, and Caron is one of the companies that I make things with a lot of times. So my last finished object that I have to show you is going to be another shawl. This was so much fun to knit. I knit the Temperance Shawl by Malabrigio. I did not do it as part of their knit along. I did not use Malabrigio yarn. I used, hold on a second, gotta find my other, okay. 3 yarns that I bought from a destash on Instagram. I bought them together, so I thought, you know, it'd be cool to use them together. My first color was La Bien Amy, her merino singles in the color Amy's Birthday. I do not have any of this left. I used the entire skein. My second color was also La Bien Amy in her merino singles, colors Sosu. And my third color, I also used all of that skein, was black trillium fibers in their prime base, which was 90% superwash merino and 10% silk in the color Nutmeg. This skein was longer. This is 425 yards, and these were 366, or 400 yards, sorry, 400 yards. So this black trillium was 25 yards longer. So I have this much color of the black trillium left. So I pretty much used 2 3/4 of skeins of yarn on this, and it's massive. I've never knit a shawl like this before, not gonna lie. I don't know what I got myself into, but I I started it, and I looked on Ravelry for a shawl pattern that was kind of like a feather, if you think about it, like pin, and then it goes out like this, but it's kind of skinny. And I thought that's what I was getting myself into, but I didn't pay close enough attention, but I love it. It is a free pattern. Here's the front side. This is section 1, and then section 2 is a tiny section, and then section 3, section 4, sorry, and then 5. In between the sections, there is what they're calling a section, which really is just 2 rows of seed stitch. So then they have the next section, and then the next one. Sorry. And then the last section, which goes from here to here. So that's just one section, and you can't even see all of it. Like, it goes on. It's huge. It's so big. It's so pretty though. Like, the colors wound up looking incredible together, right? The brown here, let's see. Let me get a bigger section for the brown. The brown photos, for some reason, more of a gray, which it's not. Like, this is more of a brown. It's like a stripe. This one is a stripe between the brown and then the Sosu color by Labian Amy. The brown, when I take pictures of it, for some odd reason, winds up looking grayish purple to me, but it's not. It's very much a brown. It doesn't even really look like it has purple undertones to me. I don't understand that. But it is, you know, not a solid brown. It's very much a different tones of brown. But it's beautiful. Coming from somebody who doesn't like brown. Like I said, this is a free pattern. I do not know how to wear a shawl properly because, you know, like I said, I don't really wear knitted goods very often. So I told my husband I was just going to wear it like this. Somehow, something like this, and then just, you know, like this. So you can see all the colors and the different textures, you know. I don't even wear coats, people. I don't like a lot of stuff on me, but I really love this. And I blocked it using the most beautiful smelling wool wash. Guys, for all of it. It's just so pretty. I haven't taken any finished object pictures of it yet and put on my Instagram page, but I love it. It's beautiful. It's probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever knitted. I've knitted things that are pretty and some cute things and some things that are just cool, but I've never knitted anything that I think is just so beautiful. I just love it. And my favorite section is this section. Right there. Section. Love it. It's so pretty. And it's beautiful on both wrong side and right side. I mean, it just, you know, changes the way the stitches looks, but it's still very beautiful. And you start off down here, I think, with 3 stitches, then you gradually increase until you have 201 stitches, and then you gradually decrease on one side, and you continue, and you add on the other side, so you always have 201 stitches on your needles. And I ran out of the Amy's birthday colorway. So the last 2 rows are actually, you know, in the nutmeg color. And they were supposed to be striped still. But like I said, I love it. And it is beautiful. And I mean, it looks so pretty. So I'm just going to put this on for now. Because this is pretty and I want everybody to see it. Because I'm just proud of it. So that is my last finished object. Like I said, that was the Temperance Shawl. It is a free pattern on Ravelry by Malabrigo, however you want to say it, yarn. They're doing a knit along for it. They have kits with 3 colors from Malabrigo. They look like this, but I didn't want it to look like that. I wanted to use stash yarn, and I did. I used 3 skeins of my stash yarn, and I love it. So, that is my last finished object. I have one work in progress to show you, and then we will do stash acquisitions, and then we will, you know, talk. My last thing I want to show you today is my Advent throw. I'm not going to get into the big detail. I just want to show that I have made a little bit of progress on it since last time I filmed. I am now on color 4. I just started color 15. Literally just started it, like this many stitches. Color 15. So this is my Advent calendar from Hedgehog Fibers, being held double with a Monstrale yarn, which is a mohair, or is it alpaca? I always forget if this is alpaca or mohair. Silk with a silver stellina in it. And it's beautiful. And I am so happy that I am over the halfway mark because, you know, I really thought I was going to get this done faster. In the beginning, I was knitting a color every 2.5 days, and now I'm on color 15, and it is April. I don't understand that. I mean, I know I've done a lot of test knits this year already. We'll talk about that in a second. And I have just kind of gotten in the mood to knit this versus that, and this keeps going to the side, and I just want to finish it. It's so pretty. I feel good that it's over halfway there now, though. So if I'm on color 15 now, I've only got 9 colors left to go. So in theory, I'm going to set a goal for this. And it's not going to be like a super quick goal because, you know, I am about to start a test knit. My goal is to have this finished by my birthday. My birthday is May 30th. So I have April and May to get this finished along with my test knit that I am about to start. I think I can do it. I mean, I literally only have 9 colors left. Well, I mean, technically 10 because this is like the 9th. I have this one still. This is color 15. It's pretty though. Look at it. It's like a fire kind of color. It's really pretty. I think this is my favorite color that we have put in here so far though. Lots of like aqua and neon green. My lighting in here today is not so good. Everything's kind of like darkened a little bit, but it makes this look great, but it doesn't make this look so bright. This is pretty though, isn't it? Here you can see all 15 colors, or all 14 colors. It's pretty. It's squishy and it's soft and I love it. And I hope to have it done by my birthday now. That would be a great birthday present to myself, finishing this Advent blanket. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So now we're going to talk about my upcoming plans. I am about to cast on my April socks for the Rainbow Socks Chronicles knit along. And this is the yarn I'm using. Isn't it pretty? It's neon. It's quite a bit brighter than it is showing up here. But again, I really think that my hair washes out a lot of colors. My hair is quite bright. And I think that it washes out. But this is like neon yellow. And it is called, I believe, Neon Lemon. Yes, it is Neon Lemon by Up North Yarns on Etsy. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do not know what sock pattern I'm going to use yet. I wound this up into 50-gram balls by hand because I like the way the balls look by hand. I don't know why. I do. They're cute. So, I don't know what pattern I'm going to use yet. I have yet to do a vanilla sock, I think. Sometimes I think I want to just do a vanilla sock, but I don't know. Maybe I will, and I'll use like a contrast for the tuff and the tuff. The cuff and the toe and the heel. I don't know. Like, I just don't know. My rainbow, I kind of want it to be like cohesive. So I'm going to show you the neon yellow next to the other socks that I have done in my rainbow. So we have maybe I'll just hold one ball so I can get them all in. We have pink, red, orange, yellow. And then next is green. So I'm going to cast on though. I got to find a pattern or figure out what I'm going to do so I can start my April socks. Because I don't want to get overwhelmed at the end of the month. Like, oh, I didn't finish my April socks. Because I did that this month. And I was nowhere near the end of the month. I finished my March socks like on the 15th. But yet I was panicked. Like, I'm not going to finish these socks this month. I finished them in plenty of time. I don't know. I'm crazy. What can I say? So, that is my next cast on. I'm going to continue working on my Advent blanket. And my next cast on that I'm probably going to start tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. It's Easter. On Monday. I'm going to start Monday. Is a test knit for... I believe it's from Max and Wool Yarn. Max and Herb Yarn. Max and Herb. I don't know who it's for. It is a sweater. For me. Another sweater. I just saw the sweater and I loved using the yarn. I used the yarn in a test knit that I did earlier this year for my baby. It was the orange sweater by Ho-Hi Tricot. Ho-Hi. I do not know how to pronounce words. It's obvious. It was a sweater called Lucy Loves Garter Sweater. This is a garter sweater, knit bottom up, I think in the round, and then you add sleeves and you knit the sleeves down. I think is how it works. I bought the yarn from, that was recommended in the pattern, in a gray. It's supposed to be here today. So at least I can get my yarn balled up because it calls for 6 of the exact same yarns that I used in another pattern. But I bought gray because I love gray. Gray's my favorite color. This is my wall. It's gray. It's beautiful. And that's what I'm going to cast on next. The test knit. I have 4 weeks from the day I get the yarn, which it's probably today. I think it's supposed to be here today. To test knit. So that's plenty of time to knit a worsted weight sweater. It's like a boxy-ish oversized sweater with like, I don't know, it just looks fun. It looks cute. It looks like it'll match my baby sweater, which is really cool. Well, kind of matches. Hers was garter at the top, and this one's garter all over. Sleeves and everything, which is going to be fun because, you know, you knit a row, purl a row to make garter if you're doing it in the round. And I know a lot of people do not like purling. I do not mind purling. I don't mind it. Breaks up the monotony of doing stockinette all the time. So, my last thing I want to show you is my acquisitions. I have 2 to show you. I have 2 fun things. My first fun thing is a brand new set of needles. These are the new Leica Licky set that they came out in the pink. I think this was called Magenta Basket Weave set. This is the 5-inch needles. And they are pink. Hello guys, I had to have this when I saw this. This is my first 5-inch set of interchangeables by Leica. I have a 5-inch set that my husband bought me when I first started knitting interchangeables by Clover, and I love them still. I knit only on bamboo. I do not knit on plastic or metal needles. I don't like it. I don't like my needles being so slippery that my stitches slip off. I have kids and animals, and I often have to just sit my knitting down in the middle of a row. And when I do not want my stitches to fall off. They fall off enough when they're on wooden needles. I don't need them falling off because the needles are so slippery that they're just gone, you know? I don't need that in my life. But back to the needles. They are pink. The cords are pink too. They're not like bright pink. They're more like almost like a fleshy color pink. Not very pink. Not like the same, but still pretty. They also came out with a 3.5-inch set of these pink needles. And I actually originally had purchased that, but the person I bought them from, we ended up not getting enough sets. So they had to refund me, and then I bought this set instead. So, it's my new Lickies. Lickies. Licky? Licky? I do not know how they say that. Everybody kind of says this word differently. But it came with 12 sets of needles, I think 4 sets of stoppers, 6 cords, you know, and 2 adapters to make the cords longer. And it's beautiful. It's pink. Love it. So my last stash acquisition I have is this. Isn't this cute? This is '28 Opal Stockyard Mini Skeins. They are so freaking adorable. I bought these off of Etsy from a seller who shipped from Ukraine, I think. It's a long ways away from South Carolina. I wanted these for heels and cuffs and toes and different things for if I'm ever using like a solid color yarn or anything like that I could use these as contrasting. And I think that it's just really cool looking. Right? They're like really cool. A lot of colors. It was an assortment color pack. You didn't know what you were going to get. I haven't even opened this. I don't know if these are named. Let me open it real quick so I can tell you what's in the mini skein, because that might be helpful. I bought the last one that the seller that I bought from sold. They didn't have any more after this. I could have just looked at the front of this, couldn't I? It says it's 10 grams, 42 meters. 75% wool and 25% polyamide. It is from Germany. Very cute. They do not have names on them. It's actually funny. I just noticed that these two are the same. Are there multiples in here? You know, I just looked at this. There's actually 2 of each of these. I mean, that's cool. Okay. I probably should have looked at this before I got on here. But there are 2 of each of these in the set. So that means there's 14 different colorways. Which makes sense. I guess you need more than 10 grams to do heels, toes, and cuffs on 2 socks. So I bought this from Etsy. I do not have the link for this down below because, like I said, the person ran out after I bought this. But you can type in Opal mini skeins on, you know, search engine and see what comes up, because they don't ship these, I don't think, usually to America from Opal. So I bought them from a company, like a middleman company, I think. So that is my last stash acquisition I will be showing you today. I also can show you really quickly my last thing. This notebook. This notebook I bought off of Amazon, and I am keeping tabs of all of the things that I finish in here month after month. And I am doing it in the color that month that coincides with the Sock Chronicles knit along. As January was pink, and then February was red, and then more February, and then March was orange, and then April is yellow. So when I get done with this, I will fill in that I finished my dress April 2nd, and I'll put that on here in yellow. So it shows that I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs of socks and 2 sweaters, 2 shawls. Seems like a lot for this year, especially considering I have done other things. I've knit on other projects. Because I have, if you watch my last video that I posted, my whip train, I've got a lot of things in progress. Lots of things. So, I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. It is Easter weekend here in America. I hope everybody has a great holiday. And I will see you all again very soon with lots of finished objects, probably more stash acquisitions, obviously more whips. There's always new whips. And if you're so inclined, feel free to check out my Etsy shop. I have an Etsy shop that sells stitch markers and progress keepers. It's called the Almost Hippie Shop. Use the code YouTube to save 10% off any order. And have a great day, guys. See you soon. Peace.